How did you two start your philanthropic ventures?
Gary has just always been an incredibly generous man in philanthropy, with our children, with our friends and extended family. I think he was born with those seeds of generosity. I think God planted those seeds in him. He just wanted to give. I would come home from my volunteering at St. Joe's and talking about the kids that I met there and, what can we do about that? What can we do about that? He was all about, so that's when we started the foundation. And as we went along with the foundation and we were trying to find ways to be more impactful, one of the things that Colleen, our executive director, would ask Gary all the time, what is most important to you? He said that kids learn to read, that kids are able to read, that they're able to be successful in school, that they have all those opportunities and they have all the services that they need.
Did Gary go to Catholic school when he was growing up?
He did, and he lived in South Minneapolis, not all that far from where Cristo Rey is. He really felt that education and that nurturing environment was so formative for him. He wanted to do so much for kids to be able to go to school that couldn't afford a Catholic education. Gary was so proud of his involvement with Cristo Rey, but he loved the work-study program. He just raved about how it was building such a beautiful work ethic. Right. So they're not only getting an education, but they're getting this whole other amazing piece. And that's not even to mention the spirituality that is there. One of the things I love about Ignatian spirituality is the examen, what they're teaching the students at Cristo Rey, where you use that rearview mirror to look back and see, where was God acting that I didn't notice? I thought, wow, this is powerful that they're teaching students to really find God in their day. And I've been doing a lot of that recently with Gary and our life together. Of 60 years we were married, and that just sucked me in terms of, wanting to be even more supportive to the mission at Cristo Rey. You were the one that approached Gary about getting involved with Cristo Rey. I'm curious about that.
People that knew Gary, I don't think appreciated him as much of a visionary as he was. The conversations evolved into, okay, you've been very successful. What's significant? How do you go from success to significance? And he started to talk about philanthropy, and he specifically talked about your drive for giving back to people that are in need. He was quiet, he was thoughtful, and he was tenacious. I mean, those were the...
Oh, that's good.
Once he got involved, he was very tenacious, but quiet and strong, because he'd always keep people focused on, it's about the kids.
Yeah.
We have to do something. This is the right thing to do at the time. And he would say, and if it's wrong, we'll fix it.
You're so right about always keeping your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on what is most important. Everything will fall into place. So what if we make a mistake? We just pick up and we keep going. He was never afraid to take a risk. Building something requires risk. Building something good and solid. You're going to go out there on a limb sometimes, and you have to be willing to do that. And he was never afraid to do that. But I have to say, I feel sad and I will miss Gary, but at the same time, I feel tremendous life and joy being able to continue doing all these things that we've talked about for all these years. And I'll just keep at it.
Good for you.
So, yeah, it gives me so much joy.
I've heard bits and pieces of what you are quietly doing around the community. And it's very significant, and you can tell it's very intentional. And so, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.